Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. The death toll continues to rise in eastern Afghanistan following a devastating 6.0 magnitude earthquake late Sunday night that flattened entire villages and killed at least over 1,400 people, with more than 3,100 others injured. Rescue crews, including commandos airlifted into hard-to-reach areas, are racing against time to pull survivors from the rubble as a second 5.2 magnitude quake struck nearby on Tuesday. Many villages remain inaccessible, raising fears the number of dead and injured could climb even higher. The World Health Organization estimates over 12,000 people have been directly impacted, and heartbreaking scenes from hospitals show injured children receiving care with no relatives in sight. UN officials are expressing condolences, calling the devastation unbearable, as international attention turns to supporting ongoing relief efforts. President Donald Trump announced Tuesday that he will relocate U.S. Space Command headquarters to Huntsville, Alabama, reversing a decision made by the Biden administration to keep the facility in Colorado Springs. Trump criticized Colorado's vote-by-mail system while praising Alabama's support, calling the original move wrongfully obstructed. The back and forth over Space Command's permanent home has ignited political tensions for years, with accusations of partisan interference from both sides. The Biden administration had argued the move would delay readiness and disrupt families, citing national security concerns. But the Air Force previously ranked Huntsville highest in evaluations based on cost and mission alignment. Colorado leaders, including Governor Jared Polis, slammed the decision, calling it wasteful and harmful to military families and local economies. Space Command, originally reestablished by Trump in 2018, oversees satellite systems and space defense operations critical to national security. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting is being honored with one of television's top prizes, just as it prepares to shut down after nearly 6 decades of service. The Television Academy announced the CPB will receive its prestigious Governor's Award at the Creative Arts Emmys on September 7th, recognizing its transformational contributions to public media, including funding PBS, NPR, and beloved programs like Sesame Street and Finding Your Roots. The award will be presented to Patricia DeStacy Harrison, CPB's longtime president and CEO. Founded in 1968, CPB has supported 1,500 public radio and TV stations nationwide, especially in smaller communities. But after President Donald Trump canceled more than $1 billion in federal funding this summer, most staff will depart by the end of September, with a small transitional team remaining until January. The closure is expected to have a lasting impact on educational programming and local journalism across the U.S. Another recall has some people checking their shelves for a very popular snack. Hostess Brands has announced a recall of its popular Ding Dong snack cakes due to potential mold contamination. The recall affects certain lots of Hostess chocolate Ding Dongs, including single-serve, 10-count, and family pack sizes. These products have Best By dates ranging from August 30th to September 3rd, 2025. The J.M. Smucker Company, which owns Hostess, initiated the recall after discovering a malfunctioning piece of equipment that may have led to the packaging of some cakes in conditions conducive to mold growth. The issue was quickly identified and resolved, but the company decided to withdraw the affected products as a precautionary measure. Consumers are advised to check their Ding Dong packages for the specified Best By dates, and you can contact Hostess Brands at 1-800-483-7253 for any further inquiries. Cracker Barrel is backpedaling on a controversial rebrand after backlash from customers, commentators, and even President Trump over its new logo. Less than a week after dropping its iconic image of a man leaning on a barrel in favor of a modern text-only design, the restaurant chain announced Tuesday it will reinstate the original old-timer logo. The company lost nearly $100 million in market value following the change, prompting a swift pivot. Cracker Barrel said it listened to customer feedback and will stick with the logo created in 1977 to evoke nostalgia. Trump praised the reversal, calling the original design iconic, while critics said the rebrand felt politically motivated. The Tennessee-based chain, which operates more than 650 locations nationwide, says it remains committed to inclusivity but acknowledges that the new look missed the mark. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Heading into the city? Don't even think about driving.
The T is by far the best value in the city.
Park with ease at one of the many MBTA lots or garages with rates that beat anything in the city.
You just have to tap your phone or contactless card and ride. No machines, no stress. It's modern, fast, it's easy.
And the best part, you get dropped off steps away from where you want to go.
Hop off at Park Street, explore the State House, Boston Common, and the Theater District.
And don't miss a concert at the Orpheum.
Ride smart, ride the T.
So many reasons to get on board.
Welcome back. The viral toy sensation Labubu is making its way to Braintree. Pop Mart, the Beijing-based company behind the quirky collectible with rabbit-like ears, jagged teeth, and a wide-eyed grin, has announced a new store coming soon to the South Shore Plaza, marking one of its first Massachusetts locations alongside the recently confirmed Natick Mall spot. Designed by Hong Kong artist Casing Lung, Labubu is part of the brand's The Monsters line and has gained global popularity through its blind box sales model, where buyers don't know which figure they'll get until unboxing. With its mischievous expression and goblin-like charm, the toy has become a must-have for collectors worldwide. Pop Mart now boasts over 30 U.S. stores, pop-ups, and dozens of robo-shops vending machines, and its arrival on the South Shore is expected to ignite a new wave of Labubu mania. Drivers in Braintree should prepare for detours on Grove Street as National Grid and their contractor begin infrastructure work starting Tuesday, September 2nd. Crews will be working between 9 a.m. and 2:30 p.m., prompting a closure of the eastbound lane from Columbian Street to Commerce Drive. A detour will be in place for approximately 2 weeks while this portion of the project is completed. Additional work in the area will continue for about 4 more weeks, though no further detours are expected during that phase. Backpacks were zipped, buses were loaded, and smiles were shared as Braintree kids headed back to school on Wednesday, September 3rd. From first graders walking into their classrooms for the very first time to high schoolers reuniting with their friends, the energy across the district marked a fresh start to the academic year. Teachers and staff welcomed students with open arms, setting the tone for what's expected to be a productive and exciting year ahead. For any information or to see the school calendar, visit braintreeschools.org. Big changes are rolling in for Braintree drivers. Starting Monday, September 22nd, the Braintree RMV will be operating out of a brand new location at 60 Columbian Street. The move is part of an effort to modernize facilities and improve convenience for South Shore residents needing Registry of Motor Vehicle services. For any questions or a list of RMV resources, head to mass.gov. Braintree officials recently announced that the long-awaited Manatequit Riverwalk is officially open to the public in Braintree. This new Riverwalk is located at 10 Plain Street, and it comes as part of the Manatequit River Restoration Project, something officials said is a key step in restoring natural flow, reconnecting ecosystems, and improving public access. It's a historical ecological restoration project which marks the first time in over 200 years that river herring are able to pass through Braintree. According to the press release, the project restored in-stream habitat, enabled fish and wildlife passage from the Fore River estuary to the Great Pond Reservoir, reduced flood risk, and will soon enhance public river access and recreation by creation of a patch of open space. An official ribbon cutting ceremony will be scheduled later this fall. Planet Fitness in Braintree is stepping up for a good cause, partnering with Got Sneakers to launch a sneaker recycling drive supporting local boys and girls clubs. From now through September 8th, residents are encouraged to donate gently used sneakers at the 749 Granite Street Planet Fitness location. The donated footwear will be collected in special bins and sent to Got Sneakers, a national organization that recycles and repurposes shoes to reduce landfill waste. All proceeds from the recycled sneakers will directly benefit Boys and Girls Clubs across Massachusetts, helping fund vital programs and services for local youth, all while promoting a more sustainable future. Thank you for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
We always have a lot going on at the library. Now that the newspapers have been digitized, research can also be done remotely from anywhere in the U.S. instead of requiring a visit to the library, and the use of the microfilm reader, which is getting older and not working as much. Historians and genealogists can research Braintree newspapers dating back to 1881, as well as Braintree directories from 1916 to 1935. Remote access is limited to publication dates up to and including 1966. In library only access includes all dates after 1966 until December 31st, 2020, the last publication date of the Braintree Forum. Check out our website for more information on this database. September's Library Card Sign-Up Month, currently 11,106 Braintree residents are registered as Old Colony Library Network card holders. We have a goal to raise that number to 5% this year. That would be just over 550 new library cards. Remember, the best tool for going back to school is a library card. One card, endless possibilities. We will be closed on Monday, September 1st for Labor Day. Starting September 2nd, the library returns to regular hours. We will be open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. Our first Saturday opened will be September 6th. The library will also be closed on Wednesday, September 17th for a staff in-service training day. The Friends of Thayer Public Library are holding a big children's book sale at the library on Saturday, September 13th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Pick up some great bargains for back to school. Did you know the Friends of Thayer Public Library also have an ongoing book sale on the lower level? Donations of gently used books are always welcome. Shop the ongoing sale anytime during regular library hours. All through the summer, library visitors of all ages have been making origami cranes to celebrate International World Peace Day. We are trying to get to 1,000 cranes, but we might not quite get there before September 21st. Come to the library to see our International World Peace Day display and make a paper crane, or 2 or 3 or 50, to help us reach our goal. On Monday, September 15th, Miss Elizabeth will hold a celebration of World Peace Day for little ones ages 2.5 to 4, with 2 sessions of stories, songs, and crafts at 10 and 11 a.m. Have you ever thought about writing and publishing a book? Or maybe already written a book and have been wondering how to get it published? At the Paths to Publication workshop on Saturday, September 6th from 10 to 12, explore your options with Janice Robinson Daly. An interactive exercise will help writers determine the best path to consider: traditional, small, indie press, hybrid, or self-publishing. Registration is requested for in-person attendance, but registration is required for virtual attendance. Visit our calendar for more information or call the reference desk to register. This workshop is free and made possible with fundings from state aid to local libraries, administered by the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners, a state agency. Our librarians are also launching a series of tech talks to offer basic introduction to technical subjects such as AI, podcasts, and finding reliable medical information online. The first one will be Monday, September 29th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Artificial intelligence for folks who don't know their AI from their A1. Ever wonder if your toaster is secretly smarter than you? The spoiler, it's not yet. Join us for a lighthearted yet information introduction to artificial intelligence. What is it, what it isn't, and what are the chances it will steal your job? We'll explore how AI is already part of your life. Yes, even your refrigerator. And that's the future might hold. Friendly robot assistants to the occasional existential crisis. We'll do some fun live demos with text-based generative AI programs. And you might have heard of such as ChatGPT, but we'll also touch on some serious issues related to AI, such as the data privacy, copyright violation, and the ethical concerns, just to name a few. Yes, that program description was partly written by ChatGPT. We'll be celebrating the second annual Good Neighbor Day on Saturday, September 27th from 3 to 4 p.m. with the launch of our fall concert series featuring top shelf jazz with Randy Coulter Jazz Trio. The Randy Coulter Jazz Trio, a talented group of musicians with a long history of collaboration across Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Good Neighbor Day is a statewide celebration dedicated to strengthening connections, encouraging kindness, and fostering a deep sense of belonging throughout the Commonwealth. September 28th was designated as Good Neighbor Day last year by the Massachusetts Coalition to Build Community and End Loneliness. This year, the celebration has been extended to the whole weekend, September 26th through the 28th. For more information about the Massachusetts Coalition to Build Community and End Loneliness, visit theendlonelinessma.com. And please visit our website at theirpubliclibrary.org for more events and more information about events, or to sign up for our monthly newsletter. We offer different newsletters for adults, teens, and children, as well as many others that will help you decide what book you would like to read next. You may also call Thayer Public Library at 781-848-0405 or email the reference desk at braintreema.gov to find out more about library resources and events.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. A recent state audit has uncovered alarming gaps in how the Massachusetts Gaming Commission monitors the sports betting industry, raising red flags about advertising oversight, addiction support, and internal accountability. State Auditor Diana DeZoglio's review of the agency's work from 2020 to 2023 revealed that more than a dozen sports wagering ads failed to include the required gambling helpline information, while staff assigned to assist those with gambling addictions weren't properly trained. The audit also found marketing materials were distributed to individuals under the legal gambling age of 21, rewards members didn't receive detailed win-loss reports, and there was no clear process for handling employee settlement agreements, potentially opening the door to workplace misconduct. The findings come amid lawsuits targeting companies like DraftKings for allegedly misleading promotions, and as lawmakers consider the Better Health Act introduced by Senator John Keenan aimed at curbing gambling addiction across the state. A man has been identified and charged with murder after the body of 27-year-old Declan Perry from Portland, Maine, was discovered in a car parked outside South Shore Hospital in Weymouth last week. Police say 42-year-old Christopher Caron of Scituate turned himself in on Saturday afternoon, hours after authorities launched a manhunt. Investigators allege Caron drove Perry's black Honda Civic with the victim's body wrapped in blankets and duct tape in the back seat to the hospital and fled after alerting staff. Witnesses at Caron's condo complex told police they helped him load what they believe was a heavy blanket into the car. A search of Caron's residence yielded further evidence, and he is set to appear in Hingham District Court on Tuesday. A woman from East Weymouth is facing federal charges after allegedly collecting Social Security checks for more than 5 years, belonging to someone who has died. 68-year-old Deborah A. Seiler has been charged with 1 count of bank fraud and is set to appear in U.S. District Court in Boston on September 11th. Prosecutors say Seiler pocketed more than $61,000 in benefits between June 2015 and September 2020 by forging checks and using the deceased person's debit card instead of notifying authorities of their passing. If convicted, Seiler could face up to 30 years in prison, 5 years of supervised release, and a fine of up to $250,000 or twice the financial loss, whichever is greater. King Richard's Fair is back and bigger than ever. The beloved New England Renaissance Festival kicked off its 44th season this weekend in a brand new location, the Edaville Entertainment Venue in Carver. The fair, originally founded in 1982 by Richard and Bonnie Shapiro, is now run by their daughter Amy Shapiro Sedley and has been reimagined on a property 3 times larger than its former home. After being sold to new investors in August 2024, the group also purchased Edaville for $8.7 million, transforming it into a whimsical realm with 40 newly approved structures and revamped buildings like King's Crossing and Tudor Row. While some iconic booths made the move, including a giant mushroom vendor, most of the fair has been completely re-enchanted. King Richard's Fair runs through October 19th, with tickets available online at kingrichardsfair.net. Massachusetts has unveiled the finalists for a new state seal, flag, and motto, narrowing down over 1,150 public submissions to 3 top contenders in each category. The proposed seal designs feature peaceful and symbolic imagery, including a right whale with a white chickadee, a crimson seal with 351 dashes representing the state's cities and towns, and a sunburst over water and mountains. Flag finalists include a blue hill with waves and a compass star, a minimalist blue field with the state flower, the Mayflower, and a crimson design with 6 turkey feathers nodding to indigenous traditions. For the motto, the Latin phrases translate to many voices, one commonwealth, and we rejoice in the public good are in the running. Along with an English option, we honor all life guided by the first light. The finalists will be reviewed at public hearings across the state in the coming weeks, with final recommendations to be sent to Governor Maura Healey. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment. Welcome back to Braintree today. Now this weekend in entertainment, we have 3 movies for you to watch. First, The Roses follows Theo and Ivy, a seemingly perfect couple with successful careers, a loving marriage, and great kids. However, a tinderbox of fierce competition and hidden resentment soon emerge when Theo's career nosedives and Ivy's own ambitions take off. The film stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman. You can watch The Roses now in theaters. Next, Relay follows a bride broker who facilitates deals between corrupt companies and their threats. He breaks his own rules when a client needs protection, complicating his usual operations. The film stars Riz Ahmed and Lily James. You can watch Relay now in theaters. And finally, The Thursday Murder Club follows 4 irrepressible retirees who spend their time solving cold case murders for fun. But their casual sleuthing takes a thrilling turn when they find themselves with a real whodunit on their hands. The film stars Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren. You can watch The Thursday Murder Club now on Netflix. That'll do it for news today. Don't forget, Verizon customers can now watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128 and on Comcast on channel 1073. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree today on BCAM TV. We'll see you next time.